I already did my brows off camera. For a cut crease, you're gonna need several things. You are gonna need a small concealer brush, something that you can put some high coverage concealer, primer, whatever on to actually physically cut the crease. And then you are going to need eyeshadow brushes to actually complete the look. This one is an Anastasia one. It's just a double-ended. This is to pack on the color. This is kind of like blend it. So that one's like a 2-in-1. I'll be using the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. I'm gonna be doing a red cut crease smoky eye kind of thing with these reds. So I'm gonna be first taking that tiny little brush, the Anastasia one, and I'm gonna be dipping into this Low Blow color, which is this like brown. And this is gonna be kind of like the transitional shade. You want the darker shades to be closer to where your cut crease is gonna be, and that's gonna make it more dramatic. Since I am using reds, I'm putting a brown kind of as like a buffer to have the brow, the highlight area, the buffer brown color, and then have the red so it's not just boom, red in your face. So I'm just placing that where the crease would go. And this doesn't necessarily have to be perfect because you are gonna go on top of it anyways, and clean it up with the concealer foundation of your choice. As you're tapping down the product, you want to kind of create the shape that you're doing. You're going to find your socket, basically where your eyeball goes into the bone, and that's basically where you want to create the crease. So since I put my, cat eye right here, I'm just flicking it outwards and creating this shape, and then I'll be blending it out in this shape as well. As you can see, this is a lot of baby steps. I'm going back and forth a lot by blending it, applying color, blending it, applying color. This is definitely a buildable process, so this is a little bit more of a time-consuming look. Next, I'm going to be going in with the He Devil color, which is just this like paprika kind of color, and I'm going to be tapping that right on top of where that brown was. Again, keeping that shape and then blending, and then I'm going to be going back and forth between blending and stuff in this shape here. And just really marry those two colors together. It kind of helps when you tilt your head back a little bit so you can kind of see where that shape is you're creating, so you don't waste any product and you just directly tap it into there. Now that I'm happy with how I built that up, I'm just going to go deeper and deeper. I'm going to use this En Fuego, which is like a darker paprika color, and I'm going to again place it right underneath all of those other colors that I have first. Like I said, this is a very buildable color look that we're going for. So this is what makes a cut crease. So I'm going to be using my Beyond Perfecting 2-in-1 foundation from Clinique, and you're going to want to put it on your brush like this. You're going to want a good amount. I don't know if you could see, but there's a good amount on there. And you're going to first find out where you want your cut crease. If you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to put it a little above so you could pretend like that's your cut crease. I obviously don't have hooded eyes, so I don't have that issue. But what I like to do when I was first starting was I like to put a little dot on my eye and then just look up and have it press. So that's where it's gonna touch, and you want to follow basically that line all the way through. So I like to start in the beginning of the eye and connect it. So just one swoop, just like that. Clean your brush off because you don't want it to have any eyeshadow. You pick up more of the product, again, same kind of amount. You go back where you started and you cut it. So see how it made that kind of, so anytime it thins out, that's okay. It's still a map. Just go over it with the foundation and really pack it on there. So now that you have like this map, you can go back and you can add more product and you can make it nude. So what I like to do is I just like to start from the bottom now because it's clean. And then going from the bottom up, I'll push the clean product into that. And you want to make kind of, now that it's colored, you want to make little tapping motions because you don't want to move. You don't want that purple or the red or whatever color you're using to bleed underneath. And you just clean up the line and then you pat it down. You want to take a flat shader brush like this and you want to set it with either whatever color you're going to use, or you want to use something that's your skin color. So for me, I'm going to use something that's my skin color. And you're going to really pack it and you're going to press. Don't swipe it because it'll make a big mess. Now that it's set, you could see there's a little mistakes there. You're going to go with that darker color. Mine was that En Fuego. And you're going to take your eyeshadow brush and you're just going to lightly tap it. And you could just redefine that whole crease with that brush again. See? Now it looks like it never happened. Make sure you have a good high quality wipe, something that's a little on the wet side. You're going to put your finger right where the end of your eye is and then you press outward. So see, you just have this beautiful shape. What you're going to do is move the wipe. You want the clean edge. You're going to go at the edge of your brow and go down. But that's how you do a nice cut crease. And if you touch it with your finger, there's no transfer or anything. Now you could add your liner, your glitter, whatever you want, but that's how you